Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn Commerce with Namita. I am Namita Mane. In today's session, let us discuss what is priority sector lending. So let's start. Before I start the lecture, let me tell you that after nationalization of banks, the banks started giving loans, but the banks were giving loans to a few sectors, and few sectors were neglected. There were few sectors which the banks were giving loans, and the few sectors the banks were not giving loans. So to give a loan, bank requires lots of documents, and it requires some safety and securities from that particular sector also. So RBI and Government of India came up with the priority sector lending. Now in our country, in India, there are few sectors which are left out, and these left out sectors are known as priority sector lending. Means those sectors, particular sectors like agriculture, weaker section, if these sectors goes to the bank for a loan, so they will get a first preference whenever the agriculture sectors or farmers requires the loan. So if these sectors, if the bank gives loans to this sector, so the overall development of economy is possible. Okay, so government came up, and RBI came up with the priority sector lending. Now introduction. Okay, so it is an important role by RBI to the banks. Now it is an important role by RBI, and RBI gives directions to all the commercial banks, whether it is private banks, foreign banks, public sector bank, for providing a specific portion of the bank lending means loan to few specific sectors. Okay, these sectors are like agriculture, allied activities, micro and small enterprises. These sectors are basically priority sector lending. Okay, poor people for housing, education, and other low income groups, and weaker section. Now why this is important to give preference or give loans to this sector? Because if these sectors are neglected or these sectors are left out, then there will be no overall development of economy. These sectors, if we lend and if we bring them up by giving financial support, then there will be an overall development in our country. Okay. So what is meant by priority sector lending? Now priority sector means those sectors, okay, those sectors which the Government of India and Reserve Bank of India consider as important for the development of the basic need of the country, and are to be given the priority over other sectors. Okay, now there are industrial sectors, there are other sectors also, and there are few sectors like agriculture, weaker section, micro, small, medium sectors. The bank has to give them the first preference. They have to give the priority while giving loans. Okay, and if we give them a loan or if we give a financial support to that particular sector, then there will be a development of the basic needs of the country. So banks are compulsory to encourage, okay, banks are mandated to encourage the growth of such sectors with adequate and timely credit. Okay, timely credit means financial funding. Priority sector refers to those sectors of the economy which may not get timely and adequate sectors. So particularly agriculture sectors, small, medium, micro sectors, these sectors was not getting a proper funding from the bank. Okay, so those sectors are basically called as priority sectors. Priority sector lending is an important role given by RBI, okay, to the banks, okay, to all the commercial banks, as well as foreign banks are also involved in the priority sector lending for providing a specific portion of the bank lending for specific few specific sectors. Okay, so these are priority sectors. Next, Now, what are the different categories under priority sectors? Now, there are some sectors, okay, which are classified under priority sectors. So, they are priority sectors, okay. If we say priority sector, industries are not under priority sectors because industries are different. So, priority sectors includes the following categories. These sectors, okay, these sectors comes under priority sectors, and if this sectors goes to the bank and ask for the loan, so banks are they have to give loans first to these sectors and then to the other sectors, okay. So first is agriculture. Agriculture comes under priority sectors, okay. Priority means giving preference to these sectors first. Second is micro, small and medium enterprises. Then is export credit, education, housing, social infrastructure, renewable energies and others. Okay. So these are the categories which are classified under priority sector by Government of India and by Reserve Bank of India. Okay. So next is the chart, okay. This chart is given by Reserve Bank of India, and there are some norms, okay, which the banks have to follow while giving loans to these priority sectors. First is see domestic schedule commercial banks, okay. Domestic schedule commercial banks means whether it is a private, whether it is a government public sector banks, and which banks are not included in the priority sector, like regional rural banks and small scale banks are excluded from this criteria. And domestic schedule banks are there, whether it is a private or public banks. Next is foreign banks with 20 branches, okay. Foreign banks which are established, which are there in India, which are having 20 branches and above. And next is what, foreign banks with less than 20 branches, okay. The foreign banks and whose banks the branches of that foreign banks are less than 20, they have to maintain some certain percentage while giving the loans to these priority sectors. And there are foreign banks which have more than 20 branches, they also have to maintain some certain percentage while giving loans to priority sectors, okay. So total priority sectors, okay. Total priority sectors means all these sectors, okay. 8 sectors are there. So total 8 sectors, okay. Total 8 sectors, the bank has to maintain 40%, okay. They have to give 40% of loan to the total priority sectors, okay. The previous slide, this slide, 8 sectors are there, and overall 40% of loan is to be given to these sectors, okay, is to be given to this 8 priority sectors. So for example, okay, in a year, whatever loans banks is giving to the different sectors, out of that loan 40% loan is to be given to the priority sectors. Now for example, if a bank is giving 100 crores, okay, 100 crores of loans to the different sectors, and out of that 100 crore loans, 40 crore loan is to be given to the priority sectors, okay. Suppose a bank is giving 100 crores of loans to the other sectors, then out of this 100 crore loans, 40% of loan is to be given to the PSL, means priority sector lending, okay. So and out again, next line you can see this 40% of loan is further classified, okay, means sub target is given to the bank. The basic main target is what, 40% of loan, okay. Whatever the loan bank is giving to the different sectors, out of that particular loan, 40% is to be given to this priority sector. And further, this 40% is sub-classified, like agriculture sectors. The bank has to give, out of this 40%, the banks has to give 80% of loans to agriculture sectors. Okay, then next they have to give 7.5% to micro enterprises. Then advanced to weaker section, 10% loan. Out of that 40% loan, 10% loan is to be given to the weaker section. Okay, now these are the some criteria which RBI has given to the commercial banks. Okay, and if banks do not follow or do not achieve the target in a year, okay, then there will be some action taken by Reserve Bank of India. So it is mandatory, it is compulsory for all the commercial banks to give loans to the priority sectors under this as per this criteria. Okay, next, first agriculture. Okay, now agriculture, in the chart it is given that 80% of loan, out of this 40%, 80% of loan is to be given to agriculture sector. Now agriculture sector, okay, while giving loan to the agriculture sector is divided further into three types. Okay, lending to agriculture sector, when a bank is giving loan to the agriculture sector to the farmers, then bank can classify the agriculture sector into three types. So agriculture includes the following, like farm credit. Okay, farm credit, which will include short-term crop loans and medium long-term credit to the farmers. Okay, if a farmer needs loan for crops, then the bank can lend the loan to the farmers as farm credit. Okay, second is agriculture infrastructure. Whatever to grow products, they require some infrastructure, so bank has to give loans to the agriculture infrastructure also. Okay, next is ancillary activities. Like suppose a farmer wants to make some food processing unit, so that comes under ancillary activities. So 18% of loan is further classified into three types, like farm credit, agriculture infrastructure, ancillary activities. Now under farm credit there is animal husbandry, then dairy products, and so on. Okay, so 18% is further distributed in these three types. Next, micro, small and medium enterprises. Okay, now any loan to MSME. Okay, MSME means micro, small and medium enterprises. So any loan to micro, small and medium enterprises, industries, for their business purpose, they come under priority sector. Now MSMEs has been defined it. Okay, now what comes under micro, small and medium enterprises? It has been defined by Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises as per the turnover limit. Okay, now which industry comes under micro, which industry comes under small enterprises, which industry comes under medium enterprises? So these are classified as per that turnover limit by the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Now micro, okay, the industries whose turnover is not exceeding rupees 5 crore, they come under micro enterprises. Then small enterprises between 5 crore to 75 crore, and medium enterprises between 75 crore to 250 crore. Okay, so these are micro, small and medium enterprises. micro, small and medium enterprises. While giving loan to this micro, small and medium enterprises, a bank can give loan to khadi and village industry sectors, KVI, that is khadi and village industry sector. Then loans to cooperative for producer in a decentralized sector like artists, village and cottage industries. Okay, so loans are given to cottage industries, village, then khadi sectors and so on. Next, loan sanctioned by banks to microfinance institution on lending to MSME sectors. Next is outstanding deposit with SIDBI, that is Small Industrial Development Bank of India, and Mudra Yojana or Mudra Limited on the account of priority shortfall. Next, the loans are given under various schemes. Bank can give loans to various schemes related to micro, small, medium enterprises schemes also. So next is export credit. Okay, now export credit, even export credit comes under priority sector lending. Okay, so bank, whenever if a company, if a small scale industry, if they want to export their goods, okay, they have prepared the prepared the finished product and they want to export to the other countries. So they require finance, they require fund. So then in that case, export credit comes under priority sectors. Okay, so the small banks can companies can go to the banks and they can ask for the loan for export. Okay, for exporting the goods from one country to another country. So export credit is a part of priority sector. Okay, loan subject to 2%. Okay, 2% of loan is given to the export credit for domestic as well as foreign banks with the 20 branches. Okay, so export credit also comes under priority sector lending, and 2% of loan is given to this sector. Clear? Next is education. Okay, so education, loans to individual for education purpose. Okay, including vocational courses. Now if there are some courses like vocational courses, then if a student wants to study abroad, so the loans are given to the education sector also, to the individual, and up to 10 lakh rupees. Okay, loans to individual for educational purpose including vocational courses up to rupees 10 lakh, irrespective of the sanctioned amount, will be considered as eligible for priority sectors. Okay, so even education is coming under priority sector. Next is housing. Okay, every individual wants house to live. So banks give loans to the housing individuals under housing scheme, and this housing scheme comes under priority sector. Now loan to individual up to rupees 35 lakhs in metropolitan cities, and loans up to 25 lakh is given to the other centers like other cities and towns. If an individual wants to repair his house and he needs loan, so that loan is given in the limit of 5 lakh rupees if the house is in metro cities, and up to 2 lakh rupees in other cities. Second, the loan is given to any government agency. Okay, for construction of house, if a government agency is constructing house to the people, then that loan is given for rupees 10 lakh rupees per house. Then outstanding deposits with National Housing Bank on account of priority sector shortfalls. So even housing loans comes under priority sector. Then social infrastructure. Okay, social infrastructure like infrastructure of schools, healthcare facilities like toilets, etc., constructing toilets in a public area, on roads, then street lights, etc., etc., that comes under social infrastructure. Now sometimes government also do develop the infrastructure in particular school, particular healthcare, they establish hospitals, etc., and plus there are some NGOs also, or some companies also, they also provide some social infrastructure. Then in that case, even the NGOs need funds to establish, to construct some toilets, or some schools, or drinking water facilities in some area, so they require funds. So that if they require fund, then they can go to the bank and take the loan under social infrastructure. So bank loan, okay, bank give loans up to a limit of 5 crore, okay, 5 crore per borrower, okay. The bank gives loans under infrastructure facility up to 5 crore per borrower, means per individual, for building social infrastructures, okay, for building social infrastructures activities like mainly schools, healthcare facilities like hospitals, clinics, etc., then drinking water facility, then sanitation facilities, and including loans for constructions, and then for toilets and improvement in water facilities in household, okay. So these are all eligible and are classified under priority sector. Next is renewable energy, okay. So bank gives, okay, loans up to 15 crore to the borrowers for the purpose like solar based power generators, renewable energy, okay. If any individual, or if any organization, NGOs wants to set up some solar heater, so solar power generator, then windmills, then for that particular funding also bank gives loan up to 15 crore to the borrowers for the purpose of solar based power generation, biomass based power generator, windmills, microhydel plants, and for non-conventional energies based public utilization like street lighting system and remote village electricians, okay. So these bank can give loans to the infrastructure for developing the solar power heaters, then windmills, etc., etc., and for individual household, okay. If the individual wants to set up some solar based power generator, then they get loan up to 10 lakh rupees per borrower, okay. Next is others, okay. Now there are total 8 sectors under priority sector, and last sector is others, which are not included in above 7 sectors. The remaining, whichever new sectors or the remaining sectors, they are classified under other sectors, okay. So personal loans to weaker section, okay, weaker section up to 50,000 per borrower, then loans to distressed person with up to 1 lakh per borrower to prepay that debt into non-institutional lenders, then loans to state sponsored organization for SC and ST categories for the specific purpose of purchase and supply of inputs or marketing of output of beneficiaries of this organization. So loans are given to the weaker sections under priority sectors. So this is all for the today's session. I hope you have understood what is priority sectors and the different categories under priority sectors, and the different loans which are given to the priority sectors by bank, okay. So I hope you have understood today's session. Thank you very much. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, like and share the video, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the latest notification.